Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Jay, and I'm coming back to y'all with another video. So you all, disclaimer, y'all know that's my jig, y'all know that's my 1-2. Y'all will see this ensemble on several videos because I am recording quite a few videos today. Listen in, baby, listen in. If you are a aspiring college student, so that means whether or not you are physically in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, meaning you are deciding to go back to school to get a college degree, or if you are someone going to college and you are getting ready to graduate high school, this video is for you. This is for all of my potential or going to be college baddies, okay? And gents. All right, y'all. So as you can see by the title, this is going to be the tea on Sophia.org. And baby, listen, I wish I had known about Sophia when I first began college, because y'all, it would have saved me so much money and time. I don't know about y'all, but those are two of the most important things that you have, because time is something you can't get back, and money, we love to spend money, frugally. I like to be a little frugal, and we like to spend our money wisely. You know what I'm saying? Like, ain't nothing wrong with dibbling and dabbling, but if we can save money, we want to do it. So with that being said, that is one of the main reasons why I wish I had known about Sophia at the very beginning of my college career. But here we are now, and I have the opportunity to teach and share with others my experience and why it is such a good investment to make. So first and foremost, you all, this video is not sponsored by Sophia. I am not an affiliate of Sophia. I am not an ambassador of Sophia as of now, okay? In the future, hopefully I'll be able to be, but in current time, I am none of those, okay? So this is just me as a customer and a client that has actually purchased one of their plans and actually utilized it, speaking from my experience and just kind of basically letting you all know why I highly recommend using their platform. So what is Sophia? So Sophia.org is essentially a platform and a company that allows you to take college credits at a fraction of the price for what you're actually going to pay if you were to take those same classes with whatever institution you go to. Now, if you all see me looking down, that's because I have my handy dandy notebook right here. I've jotted down a couple notes of things that I just want to make sure that I hit on and touch. So if y'all see me looking down, that is why. So for one, Sophia actually is able to transfer credits to over 1,000 colleges and universities nationwide. So that's a lot, y'all. I do recommend going onto Sophia.org and seeing if your school, university, or organization actually accepts and partners with Sophia for things like this. That's step one, because not every school will allow you to take college credits with Sophia and then have them transfer. Thankfully, I'm actually an online student currently, and my university is Southern New Hampshire, and they actually do allow us to transfer credits over. So with that being said, when you first go to Sophia.org, you are able to do a 7-day free trial. But if I'm being transparent, the free trial doesn't really get you anything. The free trial will allow you to kind of click around to kind of see what the format will be like for potential classes, but you won't actually be able to complete a class unless you actually buy one of their plans. So that's me being transparent. Now, they do offer over 60 online courses. The majority of their classes and courses that they offer are going to be your general ed classes. So if you need like anatomy, or if you need like biology, or if you need environmental science, things like that are going to be courses that you can find. They also do have some free elective classes that you can take as well. I did take some free elective classes, and I also took some gen ed classes too on there, and it was very easy. It does take a little bit of time to get through the material and to actively learn the material to be able to regurgitate it and actively answer what needs to be done, but overall it was an easy process. So let's go ahead and talk about cost first, and then we will kind of dive into what Sophia offers, okay? So when it comes to cost, For 1 month, you pay $99. Now, I don't know about y'all. But I know for a fact, at least with my school, the classes, I believe per class or per term, I can't quite remember. I know it's over $1,000 per term, at least. I can't quite remember if it's per class or per term that I pay over $1,000 for. I'm not 100% sure, y'all. But either way, that's a big difference from $99. Okay. So your girl was not afraid to, you know what I'm saying, scrape up, find them $99 when that saved me all that money in the long run. And the reason I say that is because I and not only that, y'all, but I was actually able to scrape off 3 terms by doing Sophia as well, because with Sophia, I was able to take 5 classes. And with the school that I go to, like I said, I go to SNHU. With them, they do their classes kind of like in mini semesters. So essentially, you can take 2, or some people I've heard take 3 classes, but you have to be careful if you're talking about taking 3 classes, because each class or each semester is only 8 weeks long. So that means that you are actually in a condensed semester. So you're not actually going to school for like January to May with the class. So you have a lot more material that you're covering in 2 months. So with that being said, so I was able to take 5 classes on Sophia. I shaved off 3 terms because I would have had to take 2 terms with 2 classes each, and then 1 more term to finish out all of my classes. So I saved quite a bit of time by choosing or opting to do Sophia. So once again, you can do it for 1 month for $99, or they also do have additional options too. They have a 4-month plan and a 12-month plan. With the 12-month plan, it's $5.99, but you save 50% if you are talking about them being a full $99 a month. Or they also have a 4-month plan as well, and that's $2.99. You end up saving 25%. Me personally, I stuck with the 1 month plan, which was $99, simply because you're able to take as many classes as you want within that month. So that means that as long as you are dedicated and have the time that you can actually allocate to doing the schoolwork, you can complete the classes as fast or as long. You can take as much time as you need is basically what I'm trying to say. So pretty much if you're able to finish the class in a week, if you're able to finish the class in 3 days, you can do that. You know, as long as you are able to complete the assessments and of course retain the information to do so. And when it comes to that, I did say that you can take as many classes as you want, but there is a small stipulation. You can only have 2 active classes at one time. So what that means is, like, for example, if you want to take a biology and a I don't think they have a psychology class, but I'm just going to use that. If you want to take a biology and a psychology class together, you can. But if you have both of those classes active, you can't add on like an algebra until you have finished and completed one of those classes. Once you have completed one of those classes, you can then use that empty spot to then do your algebra or do whatever other classes that you need. So you can do as many classes as you want throughout the month, but you can only have 2 active classes at one time. I hope that makes sense. If I confused you by any means, please just put a message down below and I'll be more than happy to kind of clarify or try my best to reword what I stated to make it a little easier to understand. Now, how does Sophia work? So essentially, Sophia is going to be a textbook, and the textbook is actually covered with the money that you pay for the classes. So like I said, I did the $99 one. That includes my quote-unquote textbook. Your textbook is electronic. And basically what happens is the way that they kind of grade you or they assess you is going to be based off of 3 things. So you have what are called challenges, milestones, and touchstones. So challenges are essentially like your unit quizzes. So for every unit that you do or every unit that you read through, and as you're understanding, you are going to be taking challenges. Okay, so once again, challenges are your quizzes. You do have 3 attempts per question to get it right before it marks it completely wrong for you. But the good thing about the quizzes though is, let's say you get it wrong the first time. Now, they will be 3 separate questions. So if they ask you, did Sally go to the store or was it Joe? The next question is not going to be, did Sally go to the store or was it Joe? That's not how it works. They're going to be 3 separate questions. But the good thing about the challenges is you are able to use your textbook for reference. So let's say you get that first question wrong. You are able to reference your textbook to see, okay, well, why did I get that wrong? This is the correct answer, but where in the book did it state that? And then, of course, you can also use the textbook to then, of course, get the next answer correct in the event that you're a little shaky on your answer. Another thing that they have, like I mentioned, is a milestone. Now, the milestone is essentially going to be like an overall test. So it is called a milestone, but it is an overall test or a summative assessment. Okay, so basically what that means is they're going to pull material from every unit that you have studied and learned over. They're going to pull some material, pull some potential questions, and then you're going to have to regurgitate that information, or not necessarily regurgitate, but the questions are typically multiple choice. I want to say, I can't quite recall if any of them were fill in the blank for me. I do know pretty much majority of them were multiple choice questions. Some of them could have been a little tricky, but for the majority, they were multiple choice. So that was a nice little reprieve. Now for it is also open book, but it does not give you any type of guide as to like where you need to look inside your book. So what I mean by that is, with your challenges actually will tell you, hey, you got this question wrong, but go to unit or go to within your chapter or within your so essentially your quizzes are like chapter or unit quizzes. So it'll tell you, hey, within this unit or within this chapter, they may be broken down into 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. So chapter 1, chapter 2, you know what I'm saying? So 2.1, 2.2, 2.3. They may tell you to physically go to chapter 2.3, and then you will kind of see what you need. Now with the test, it's not going to do that. So with the test, you're just going to have to kind of know what the material falls under that you may have a question about, if that makes sense. Something else to note as well with the not the challenge, but with the milestone, it is also timed. So you only have a certain amount of time to get your questions complete. I can't quite give you all a definite like number of questions for the milestones, just simply because depending upon the class and the course depends upon how many questions are going to be there or present. And then lastly is a touchstone. Now the touchstone, I've never actually had the liberty of doing, but essentially what it is in Sophia.org terms, they call it an authentic assessment. So basically what that means is that you are going to be given like a topic or given like a situation, and then it is up to you to take whatever that topic or situation is that has been presented and then physically write or type out your responses, and then that is actually physically graded by a person. So that's not electronic because it's actually you writing the material. So when it comes to the touchstones, I keep saying touch tones, or it sounds like I'm saying touch tones, but I'm saying touchstone, y'all. When it comes to the touchstones, those are typically completed up to or within 7 business days. So they do take a little bit longer to work through those, just because you never know how many people are submitting work and how many or who gets your work and how many people that they have waiting to receive their info back. So it can take a little bit of time for that. It can take a little bit of time. Something else that I did notice that people often have questions about is, well, how do we know about, like, are there webcams? Like, how do y'all proctor tests? So with Sophia, they don't require you to have your web camera on, but what they use is called keyboard biometrics. So essentially they are kind of recording like your keystrokes. I'm assuming that part. Maybe they're kind of like recording your keystrokes. I don't think that they keep them or anything. This is just me making an assumption. I don't know, y'all. This is not word. This ain't from them. This is me speaking. I'm assuming that based upon your keystrokes and how you click through the material is kind of how they determine whether or not you are being honest with what you're putting in. But the true term is a keyboard biometric is what they use. Now that is from them. They do, that's how they use it. So for me, y'all, it was great. The material was challenging at times, but it was not overly challenging. And it gave me the opportunity to really hone in and apply myself, because I was like, look, I'm doing this before I start classes with SNHU. So I knew when I was starting classes with SNHU, I knew I wanted to have these classes done prior to that, so that way my transcript from Sophia could get sent to SNHU. And I hunkered down. So it did not take me a month to get through 5 classes. It didn't, if I'm being honest. One of the classes, it was an elective and it was a 1 credit hour class. I was done with it not even a day. Like, I'm not dragging it. I'm so serious, y'all. It didn't even take me a day to finish it and complete it. Now, once again, some of the other classes are going to be a little lengthier, so you may not be able to complete it in a day, but that's okay, because you can go in, you can log in and get the work done as little or as much as you want with each setting. There is no time limit as long as you get it done within whatever your subscription time frame is. That's the most important thing, completing it within your subscription timeline. After I completed everything, now this part I didn't know about, and I don't believe that, I could be wrong, so don't quote me, but I don't believe that I saw anywhere on there about me having to pay $5, maybe $5 to $10, maybe $5 to $10 to get my transcript sent via Parchment to which is the name of the platform I believe that they use, via Parchment over to my school. So that is an additional fee outside of your $99, but I want to be transparent in telling you, you will have to pay a small, it's very small, a small separate payment will be needed in order for them to send your Sophia transcript to whatever school you are attending or aspiring to attend. But the reason why I say I wish I had have known this at the beginning of my college career, y'all, is because there's no way I would have went or began school paying all that money, you know, to do these classes, and for what? You know, like, true enough, some people, they go to school for the experience, but if you're someone like me, if I can save the money, I would have done it. You know what I'm saying? If I had known about Sophia back then, oh baby, y'all would have caught me, yeah, look, y'all would have caught me junior. We're a junior this year. That's where y'all would have caught me. Like, girl, I wouldn't do no freshman stop. No, ma'am. Because once again, it's so cost efficient. $99 for a month, and you can do as many classes as you want, versus me spending thousands of dollars for classes and textbooks and all this and the third. For me, girl, I would have went Sophia route. I ain't gonna hold you. But either way, I'm still happy and gracious that I found it when I did, because I was still able to apply them with the classes that I just told you all. I had 5 classes that I was able to take via it. So I'm still very grateful that I found the program when I did. And it's kind of crazy, you know, I actually heard about it from another, like a colleague of mine or a former coworker of mine, and she actually was the one that told me about it. And it's just amazing to me how sometimes things come full circle, because you just never know, you know, like, who you're gonna meet, or the conversations you may have with the people that you meet, and how they can truly inspire you and or, you know, truly bring value to your life. And I didn't know that her and I was going to end up having that conversation about school, because she was going to school for her master's. And she ended up telling me, you know, yeah, girl, I'm taking like Sophia classes. And I'm like, girl, what's that? What's tea? Like, that's really what it was. I was like, girl, what's tea? You know? And then that's when she told me, and I can't be more thankful for her for, you know what I mean? Like, putting that bug in my ear for me to be able to be like, yes, I'm gonna make it happen. Okay, and I did. So that is pretty much all I have. I don't want to make this video too long, y'all. I'm already at 20 minutes. I've talked enough, but if there's anything that I did not cover in this video, please drop it down below in the comment section. I will be more than happy to answer any questions that you all have in regards to Sophia. I also do plan on doing a video about my experience with SNHU. Once again, that's Southern New Hampshire University. I am an online student, and I think I will probably do a video covering that too. So if you all have any questions about that specific university, drop them down below as well. So that way, when I do make my video discussing SNHU, I can cover the questions that you all have asked, plus the other material and things that I want to talk about in that video too. My experience has been phenomenal with them, just like it was with Sophia. Highly recommend SNHU, and I also highly recommend Sophia.org as well. Once again, y'all, this video is not sponsored by no means, so please don't think your girl get no type of coin. I'm coming to y'all honest, real, live. All right, y'all. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and end this video. If you are a returning J Babe, thank you so much for tuning in to the end of this video and watching. If you're someone that has never seen my content before, go ahead, join the team, join the J Babe squad, honey. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and if you all would please drop a like, I would greatly appreciate it. And I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.